everyone. Welcome back to, I think, our 32nd episode.
Wow.
Our 30-second jam.
I think so, yeah. So today we are going to talk about, it's the holidays, and this time of year, a lot of people are stressed. The driving here in North Carolina is insane this time of year.
Absolutely.
With people weaving. I mean, everybody always weaves in and out, but this time of year, it's just ridiculous. Traffic is horrendous. I think it just adds to the stress. We're always worried about Christmas shopping and doing things for everybody else. So we're going to kind of talk today about navigating through that and maybe share some tips that we do that help us, quote unquote, survive the holidays. Should we do a recap? I mean,
Yeah.
let's share, because Thanksgiving kicks things off.
Mm-hmm.
So how was y'all's Thanksgiving? Did you survive it? Did you not?
I
Well, I'm
did.
still here.
Did you survive it mentally? Is the
Oh,
question.
absolutely. We go to Matt's parents' house for Thanksgiving. And so I usually don't have to fix anything. I had to take a fruit and veggie tray. So, like that, my whole day is stress-free. I just have to worry about, am I going to eat too much? And I did not. So,
Well, that's always good.
How did you manage that, Mel? Like, did you kind of prep going into it, saying I'm just gonna like do whatever, or how did you do that?
Well, I'm taking Manjaro. So that really kills my appetite. But I drank a lot of water while we were, preparing. And mentally, I was just like, I'm wearing jeans, so I don't want to,
That was your first step to being successful.
Yeah.
Because Thanksgiving, I am not putting jeans on. I'm putting my most comfiest leggings on.
Stretchy.
And I'm throwing down.
Pants.
Yeah.
And I won't eat all day because in my brain, I'm like, that's how I can say, okay, that I can like eat a lot.
Yeah. I didn't eat all day either, but I think it was a mental game, just wearing the jeans and knowing that I didn't want to be miserable. Yeah. And then I came off of Thanksgiving and I lost weight. So,
nice.
I know. I like it. And then we started our Christmas shopping on Black Friday and it was fun. Well, I may have started a little bit before, but that's because I've had my tree up since like November 1st.
That'll do it. That'll help.
Yeah. That speeds things along for me.
Well,
what about you, Andrea?
I had to.
Andrea, you made the bird.
I did. I made the bird. I stuffed the bird's breasts with butter. And so it was extra
the way
crispy.
I do it. Yes.
Extra juicy.
It was fantastic. I think we literally just finished eating it like the other day. We had so much left over because it was like a 20-pound bird for 3 people.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Wow.
But there's so many different things that you can do with it. Even like you can make like soup or pot pie or like whatever.
Yes, I ended up making a lazy pot pie, like without a crust.
Yep.
And which was fantastic.
That's the only kind I make.
Then I just made soup because I immediately like saved the carcass, and I actually didn't clean it really. I didn't clean the meat off of it. So I just threw that in the freezer for like right away. And then last weekend I made a nice soup. And just all the meat that was on the whatever was left just fell right off, and it was great.
Oh, nice.
So side topic. Mel, so clearly the bones and the carcass doesn't bother you. Mel, do you have like any aversions or anything with that?
No, not right now.
I cannot.
The
like
neck
chickens.
And the innards just literally got thrown away immediately because I was just like, I pull it out and I'm just like, ugh.
Well, rotisserie chickens I can't do, and like full turkeys I can't do. The only time that I love to eat it, I just can't. I can't deal with if I carve it, if I peel it apart, then I can't eat it. So the only time that we actually have a full bird is whenever, like, at Christmas time when my parents come down, because then my mom cooks it. Like, I don't want to touch it raw. I don't want to do anything with it. I don't want to see its vertebrae. I don't want to see anything. And then my dad carves it.
It's very messy, and it's awkward because it's also like heavy.
Yeah.
So you're just like, what the heck? It's like a 2-person job where I'm just like pulling it out of the bag. I'm like, Jimmy, hold the plate or something, hold something so that I can get this, and usually sometimes
if I said, Kevin, hold something, he would put like his hands on my boobs or something. He wouldn't hurt me. He wouldn't help me with the turkey.
And so, well, sometimes when I cook the bird, I'll actually, which is crazy, but I learned how to, I found that a few years back, I cooked it this way: is you cook it breast down for the first, bit, and then you flip it midway, which is like, I don't know how I managed to do it without dropping it on the floor, but I did it. And it comes out really great because you don't have to actually like cover it while it's cooking, and the breast meat just absorbs all of the juice and the flavor.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next Thanksgiving, we're coming to your house.
It's very moist.
Golly.
Juicy. Juicy.
Yeah, but it was good. Jim's mom was here, and we kind of did the touristy thing with her, and she really had a great time. And
was this her first time here?
Yeah. Yep. First time coming to visit.
Okay.
So it was good to see her out of, the normal element, and overall it was a good visit.
Good.
We survived.
That's good.
Good.
So did anybody start shopping on Black Friday other than myself?
We did. So we didn't do much on Thanksgiving. Wednesday night I cooked. And by cook, I mean I did a ham. In the
Was it pre-sliced?
pot.
Was it pre-sliced too?
It was. I did it in the crock pot. But I mean, we had all of the other fixings and stuff. And this typically I do like a turkey breast because that I can handle. But the boys were celebrating Thanksgiving with their dad this year. We alternate every year. And I was like, you know what? You're going to have turkey tomorrow. Like,
yeah,
you're not going to have ham. So let's have the ham here. And then you can have the turkey there. So that's what we did. And then on Thanksgiving, we just, Wednesday night was really nice. Kevin and Gabe and Kaden put up the tree and decorated it besides the ornaments. And then myself, Xavier, and his girlfriend, we all cooked.
Oh, fun.
Here's the one thing that I will say. Y'all know, both of you know how I'm like a control freak. If I have something in my head and it doesn't go, I don't communicate those plans. And so nobody knows what my plans are. So when things don't go my way, as how I see it in my head, I can get very frustrated and overwhelmed. I am applauding myself on the back because I just rolled with it. I was like, you guys mainly cook. I'll be here if you need support. I kind of showed them what to do. I burnt the green bean casserole. And typically I would have been like pissed. And I was like, you know what, Reagan, let's just scrape it off. Everything underneath is fine. And so, I don't know what I think as I'm getting older, I'm just so more into like spending time with family and just doing moments like that like, who cares about the outcome?
Well, time out, because now this is like the second time in a month that you just kind of let things go.
Yeah. I just wanted to like I would look over and see them decorate, and it was just so nice. And it was just us cooking. It was just really nice. And I was like,
in the moment.
Yeah. So dinner was fine. And then we all decorated the tree. And then Thursday, it was just Kevin and I. So it was super nice and quiet. And then Friday, we did start our shopping. I'm trying to think. I think we did go out for a little bit. But like I said, people are crazy. They're here now in one of our malls and with hammers and breaking down jewelry stores.
Oh no.
It's just I don't really feel safe going anywhere, if I'm being honest.
No, I totally understand that.
And it's just like if I can buy it online, then I'm going to buy it online. I used to love a particular store that looks like a bullseye.
Yeah.
And it's trash now. Like you go in and it looks just awful. Like even like it's just that's probably a whole nother episode. But anyways, I did shopping online. I'm done shopping, which feels really nice. I have to get like some stocking stuffers. But I'm done. I'm waiting for things to arrive. And like I've been really good this year. All of my wrapping is caught up.
Me too.
Typically on Christmas Eve, I watch because the boys have their dad on Christmas Eve. And so I typically watch, like, we'll make chicken Alfredo and we'll have some wine and we'll watch White Christmas while we wrap. This year, I can just sit there and watch White Christmas because all my wrapping is done.
Yeah.
Now, how do you get your wrapping to survive with your animals?
They don't bother it.
Mel.
Ever since they were little, we just always like my cats don't really, I mean, they like to lay under the tree. They don't mess with the bows. They don't mess with the ribbons. Like now while I'm wrapping this stuff, they'll mess with it. But once it's like sitting there, they don't mess with it. They don't climb the tree. They don't play with the ornaments. They don't do any of that kind of stuff. They don't jump on counters. Like they're pretty good.
This is our first Christmas with Harry. Well, we had Christmas with him a couple of times, but I had a small, like, desk-sized tree. So this time it's a full-on tree, and he is pissing me off because he's already, like, been behind it, trying to play with all the ornaments, and he stuck his paw right in one of the presents, and it ripped open. So I've got to rewrap that one. And he's just constantly weaving in and out.
Just put a bow over it, Mel. Just put a bow over it.
I don't do bows.
Even worse.
I don't even do bows. Fuck bows. But
you're like Kevin. I buy like cute wrapping paper. I buy like the ribbon so I can like put ribbon all over it, and then I do like cute little bows.
No, I used to do all that, but no, fuck the bows.
And I like to have do you guys wrap your presents all in the same wrapping paper, or do you like to have a variety?
So I got this variety pack off of Amazon because my whole theme is like buffalo plaid.
Yeah.
And so I got a 4-pack, and it had deer heads on it, which was perfect because Matt's family and him, they're all hunters, and it just had the perfect colors variety in it. So that's what I've done mine in, minus the bags that I've got like other gifts in.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think about that when I was at the store, and they didn't have matching bags. So anyway.
Yeah, we do a variety too. We do like your classic paper, but then we also do like some cartoon paper if I find it that I know it's like Hayden loves Buddy the Elf, so I try to find him Buddy the Elf paper. I always try to find him fishing paper, but I can never find it. Or when I do find it, it's like $40 a roll.
Yeah, that shit's stupid.
Yeah. And then this year we did add some gift bags because I was like, Kevin goes, what do you need gift bags for? I said to add texture. He goes, what? I said that way everything's just not like flat underneath the tree. That's why you have ribbons. Right. That's why you have bows. That's why you have a mixture of paper. And I don't know. I'm a dork.
Well, I use whatever. If I run out of paper, I have paper, but if I run out of paper, it's just whatever is the next roll. Like there's no rhyme or reason. Or I become a gift bag person because usually it's the 11th hour when I'm doing things. So
no way.
Or at least you're consistent.
Yeah. So here's your gift bag.
Well, we went out on Black Friday and we got some new living room furniture because my couch was just like a big, huge sectional type. Well, not a sectional, but it had the chaise lounge and then the couch part. And it just took up my entire living room. And so there was some good deals, and Matt wanted a recliner for a really long time. And I don't blame him because that thing is so comfy. I sit in it when he's not here.
So does the dog, apparently.
Yeah, he does too. But yeah, so we went out and we went to a couple stores and got some shopping done. But honestly, I have done so much online. You know, I went out probably once last weekend. I've only actually shopped in the store twice, and everything else has been online.
Yeah.
I got some good Amazon cyber deals, just other places, you know. So, and I have bought myself some stuff too. Do y'all do that when you're shopping for people? Do you buy yourself stuff?
I try not to, but yeah.
Sometimes you can't help it. Just jumps right in the cart, you know?
It really does. It just happens. And so, like, you know, I mean, so I did get a new computer, and because it was a you know, decent deal. And I told Matt when he came in here yesterday, this thing was delivered at 10 o'clock the night before last. And Matt had to open the door in his underwear because I wasn't here.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. You weren't
10
home?
p.m. No, I was not home. I was at a Christmas ornament
Look at
party.
you.
I know. It's the holidays. It brings out something in me, but it causes me to go out and be social.
And stay up past your bedtime. That's like twice this week you've been out past your bedtime.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah, we went out last weekend too. But anyway, yeah, so I had gotten Matt a golf club, and he said, well, if the computer's what you want, since you got me the golf club, go ahead and get it. So yeah, he had to open the door because the shipment got put on hold, it said, because of vehicle issues. And I get a call at 10 o'clock, and the guy's like, I'm at the door. And I said, well, can you knock on it? Because I'm not there. Like, you know, and Matt said, well, I'm opening it up and in my underwear. I don't care.
That's funny.
Listen, as a delivery person, I'm sure he's seen it all.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I get it. It's that time of year and things happen, you know, but gosh, can't you just wait till the next day? I mean, I don't know how any delivery things go, if they have to, you know, make sure all their deliveries are done before the end of the night. But dang, 10 o'clock is late, especially if you have to hand it to someone and you can't leave it on a porch.
Did it come from Amazon?
No. This was from Apple.
Oh, yeah. So they don't want that stuff hanging around. And it was probably like
it was DHL that delivered it.
Oh, good thing you got it.
Yeah. And then they're terrible.
They're like the worst.
I know.
I've actually delivered stuff from Amazon, like directly from the store. They use Uber to do their deliveries from the store. So I'll go, like, sometimes on like the weekend, I'll get like 4 or 5 orders. So I'm literally walking out of the Apple store with just bags. I mean, I don't know what's in the bags. It's thousands of dollars of merchandise that they're entrusting to me. And I have to bring it to people. But yeah, but they all need a signature for sure. But it's never been at 10 o'clock at night because the store, you know, they only open till like 8 or so.
Which didn't make any sense to me why it would come all the way from Hong Kong when there's Apple stores all around, except for in Roanoke, and it couldn't just come from a store.
That's how I've ordered several laptops in the last year for my side hustle, and they've all come directly from like China, and they use stuff like that. So
fucking DHL.
Well, your camera looks amazing. It looks really good quality.
Thank you. Did y'all notice anything
hair
different about me?
I noticed it in one of your pictures. I'm like, her hair is so dark. Did she get it colored?
I did. I've got some like little caramely highlights in there, but I was just feeling dark.
I like it.
Yeah. My Matt really likes it. He's like, I do. I like it a lot. So
yeah.
So I decided to go dark for a little bit. and
I
just
think it
see.
looks good with the cut too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the
I
whole
think
spike thing in the back and smooth in the front.
Oh, that's
It's
just
like, I know it's probably bedhead, but I mean, it
yeah, it is.
actually looks cute.
It is totally bedhead.
It looks cute.
It looks
Thank
good
you.
head on, but probably in the back it's
Oh,
just
sure. It's like a
Oh
duck's
yeah,
butt.
yeah.
Everything's just, you can see her scalp.
It's
Everything's
flat,
just
yeah.
flat.
I have to
Well,
make sure before I go out during the day, like, is it, I just do this and bring everything to the surface, like,
So how do
if I
you
don't put
guys feel going into Christmas? Because like it's what, how many weeks? 2, 3
it's a
weeks?
couple weeks. I
2.
feel really good. I mean, like we said, shopping is done. I went and got some gift cards yesterday, so I need to get one more. Wrapping is done. I mean, I am so ahead of the game this year, and I know it's because I work from home, and not saying that, you know, that I do all of this while I'm at home, but it's because I have a little bit more
But I
freedom.
do all of this while I'm at home.
I, I know, like I wrapped my presents on the weekend, but anyway, I just feel good because I'm not stressing about having to be in the office, and I mean, there's just a
Yeah.
Well, it's
different
that whole
dynamic for me this
that
year.
commute.
Well, it's the
Yeah,
commute. You don't have to really get up and get ready. If you have a video call, I mean, honestly, you can probably make yourself look presentable without like fully getting ready,
yeah.
right? So that's probably like the first tip, right? Is so that
Hmm.
don't wait until the last minute, y'all.
Yeah.
Make a list. I
Yep,
love
check.
lists,
Check it twice.
especially at this time. We're old school and we still ask our young men and daughters to give us lists.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want? Because otherwise I'm going to go out and guess and you may or may not want it. So we still ask for lists. My mom and I divvy them up between her and I, and we start ordering. So start early, don't wait till the last minute. And I will
Hmm.
say, because like I said, typically we do all of our wrapping on Christmas Eve. And you have Christmas music playing or a Christmas movie, you're all in the zone. And then by like present number 4, you're like,
Well, now maybe it's a little more surprise because you wrap them so early. You're like, what did I put in there?
oh no, I
You
know.
know,
Right.
so maybe it's a surprise for you too.
Maybe.
My problem with wrapping is I'm in the floor and I can't get back up.
Yeah, we did some of them on the floor, but then yesterday I wrapped more at the kitchen table and it was just wonderful. It was
I don't have a
my
kitchen
back,
table.
my back didn't hurt. You don't have a kitchen table? Where do you eat?
No. I eat standing up and Matt eats in the recliner.
Oh, Mel just walks around with her plate.
I do. Well, if I sit down, the dog's going to want it. Like, he's not a huge beggar, but he'll want my food. And so I don't like sitting there. I think I'm going to get us those TV trays like a really old couple, you know.
So do you
You get
guys
the
watch
nice like
TV when you
wooden
eat dinner?
ones.
Yeah, we do. I mean, like I said, I normally am in the kitchen standing up and eating, so I can hear the TV and Matt's always watching. We eat early. We eat by like 5 o'clock. So
I like
yeah.
to
Judge
eat
Judy's just wrapping up.
at a table. Andrea, how do you guys eat dinner?
It's a mix. I would say that we either we would eat at the table or depending on the meal, I think. If it requires like a fork and a knife, we usually sit at the table. If it's something quick, then we'll, be on the couch or
The only time we
I,
really eat on the couch is if we have like pizza. Like last night we had pizza and we were watching Die Hard while we were eating pizza.
Christmas
So
movie.
yeah, so that was fine. But typically even if it's just Kevin and I like to eat at the kitchen table with we'll put like Christmas music or some type of music in the background. I don't know. It's just we've always ate at the kitchen table. I like to talk. It's one of my favorite moments in the day
yeah,
where I feel like all of the families together, like growing up, all of my favorite memories are around a kitchen table.
yeah. I think Matt and I are still trying to navigate the whole living together thing, even though we've been together for a couple years, it's still much of a separate type thing when we do things. Does that make sense? Like, you know, like
because that's
I
what
eat
you've
in the
always
kitchen,
done.
and like I eat in the kitchen and he eats in the living room, and you know, there's that togetherness is not there. So I think that's still part of our single lives coming
But that's how you
through.
can do it together. You can,
Yeah.
like one of you set the table and,
Well, I don't even have room for a table. That's the thing. I
no.
don't have room for a table, not even a little bistro table.
Mm.
I just don't have room for one. There's not a separate, we don't have a separate dining area.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I was thinking if I get the little TV trays, then, you know, I can set it up for him, and then we can, you know, put the plates down and the silverware, and then, you know.
Do you have an island in your kitchen or no?
Not yet. That's one of
You
our
could
on our
put
wish
stools
list.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's on our wish list. So we'll
Then that
see.
way, that way it kind of can double as a table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which brings up the fact that I'm hosting Christmas.
Oh
Is this
boy.
your first
Well,
year?
where's everybody gonna sit?
Yeah, well, so this is my first time actually hosting Christmas.
And you have no stress about it?
No, none.
Peace.
No. So my brother, my oldest niece, she just had another baby in September, so she's got two little ones now. And so him, my brother and his wife and my youngest niece, they're going to North Carolina for the Christmas holiday. And my brother always hosts Christmas because he has the bigger house. My mom lives there. It's just easier. So I decided that I was going to host Christmas because mom doesn't feel like cooking. She doesn't do any of that anymore. And so my mom's coming over, my sister, her son, his wife, and two kids, and then my sister's boyfriend. So we're gonna have just everything that we normally have, and a little bit of condensed, not everything, since there's not a ton of people coming. But yeah, I've already got my ham in the fridge, and I've got
BYC.
bring
Bring
your
your
own
own
chair.
chair.
Exactly. I've got plenty of chairs, but like our seating, you know, yeah.
BYT then. Bring your own
Bring
TV
your own
tray.
tray. Right. Yeah. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm worried about is like where people are going to eat. But, you
You
know,
can always get like a card table.
well, yeah. And I do have a long table that I'm going to put the food
Yeah.
on, you know. So I don't know. I'm still trying to, you know, process that whole part of it. But stressed about cooking and anything like that, nope. I'm cleaning as I go, like
Yeah.
through this month, and you know, just preparing because I have quite a bit of time.
That's really good that you're not stressed about it.
Yeah.
My parents are coming, and I'm actually I'm not really stressed about it. I think my mom is stressing about it because this is the first year in like, I don't know, at least 35 years she hasn't hosted Christmas Eve.
Oh,
So it's hard for
right.
So,
her.
so I asked her last weekend, I said, "Are you guys gonna bring pierogies? Because that's what we usually eat on Christmas Eve." And she's like, "No, we're coming to visit you. We're not doing that this year." And I was like, "Okay, all right, no problem." Then I was like, "Well, Christmas Eve is usually like a fish meal for us, because we usually do a Polish tradition." And I'm like, "Well, I don't really cook fish, so I'm like, we're gonna probably go out to eat. So let me start looking for, you know, looking at that." And my mom's been like, "Oh, are you gonna, what are you gonna do for your meal? Have you planned your meal?" And I was like, "Mom, we're gonna do prime rib. Like, this is what we do for Christmas. We're gonna do a prime rib. No problem. I'll get it that week. I'm not getting it now. It's too early." Um, she starts sending me all her flyers that she gets for the sales. And I'm like, she's like, "We can always pick it up and bring it." And I'm like, "It's fine. We'll take care of it."
Where do
Oh,
they
bless
live,
her heart.
Andrea?
Huh?
Where do they live?
They're in Florida.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. For whatever reason, I thought they lived in Boston. I'm like, wait,
No.
are they driving from Boston to bring a prime rib? Or is she gonna stuff it in her bag?
That's
Well,
not getting through TSA.
then she's like, "Well, last year I got it from Earth Fair, and you have an Earth Fair here. We can just stop on the way and pick." And I'm like, "Just
Calm down.
leave it alone."
Yeah.
And then the other night she, texted me. She's like, "All right, we're gonna bring this amount of pierogies and this kind of pierogies, and what are you gonna do for thanks the night before Christmas?" And I was like, "Fine, we'll just bring whatever, and we'll figure it out. We'll just, if we're
Bless
gonna have
her.
salmon, we'll have salmon."
Yeah.
So do you do the Feast of the Seven Fishes or something like that, or
No,
just a fish dish?
no, we just do it's actually very kind of like a plain meal for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Eve, but it's primarily fish.
Yeah.
It's
That's what we always
not
did
supposed to
too,
be
because
meat.
we're Italian. And so we did do the seven fishes, Mel.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother always made this big spread of nothing but seafood. I
Carbs
Yeah.
and
hated it
fish.
because when I was younger, I didn't eat
You just
seafood.
don't like it. Yeah.
Um,
I always had the fish sticks when I was a kid.
yeah, yeah. And then on Christmas dinner, we had like the turkey and the ham, but we also had like pasta.
Mm-hmm.
It was the whole kit and
Seven more
caboodle.
dinners on
Yeah,
Christmas.
We'll be
yeah.
going to Matt's family's on Christmas Eve, so I have to start cooking stuff like the day before Christmas Eve, since
Mm.
I'm not going to be home on Christmas Eve, and so I can get prepared for Christmas Day. So
Um,
that's our moment of traveling is just Christmas Eve.
so what do you make ahead of time?
So I'm gonna make like the cheese ball ahead of time. There's like a carrot cake that I'm making. Um, and those are the two main things that I'm definitely making ahead of time.
Mm.
But everything else, like the ham, the green beans, the broccoli casserole, I'll just make that
Yeah.
on Christmas Day.
You
So
just
But
that's
yeah,
probably
prep all
like
your
tip number
veggies.
2. So tip number 1, don't wait till last minute to buy your gifts or
mm-hmm,
wrapping. Just do a little bit here and there. Tip number 2, if you're hosting, make what you can ahead of time, and
Mhm.
that'll take one less thing off of your plate on that very busy Christmas day or Christmas
mm-hmm.
Eve, whenever you guys
Mm.
celebrate it.
Yeah, like when
Yeah,
I was doing Thanksgiving, because obviously, I mean, I in an ideal world, I would have two ovens, but in this real
right.
world, I only have one. So
Yeah.
it's like, so we did a turkey and we did a ham. So yeah, we did a ham too, and on top of a 20-pound turkey for three people.
Wow.
So it was like, we timed it out. I said, okay, as soon as the turkey comes out, the ham's gonna go in, because while we've got a ham small enough that while the turkey was resting,
Yeah.
that would be plenty of time for the ham to cook, and then throw in whatever dish. I made a cornbread pudding, which
Mm,
I made that the night before, but it was in the cast iron pan, so I just threw that in the oven to warm
yeah.
when I was cooking the ham, because the ham's already cooked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
It's
You're
just
just
mm-hmm.
really
heating it up.
reheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's one of the reasons why I love doing mine in the crock pot, because it can just sit in there and it freeze up. Because same
mm,
in this little
Oh, that's a
peasant
great
world, I
idea.
only have one oven. Um, and so it's one less thing that requires the oven. Because like usually like the Christmas meal, or even Thanksgiving meal, it's fine until like that last minute stuff where
mm,
everything takes 20 minutes
mhm.
Yeah.
and you're trying to get all of those pans in there and out at the same time. That way, when you sit
Mm-hmm.
down, everything is
It's
still
still
hot.
hot. Yes.
Right.
So
Oh
I
yes.
find that using the crock pot is super, super helpful because, to your point, I mean, it's already cooked. You're basically just heating it up. And then I make like
Mm-hmm.
this brown sugar concoction
Glaze.
that I pour over it, and then I just baste it throughout the day so it doesn't like get dried out or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that it's super, super helpful. So tip number 3, if you can, put something in the crock pot. Like you can make green bean casserole in the crock pot, like yam
You can
patties in
do a
the crock
lot. You can
pot,
do a
like
lot in the crock
whatever.
pot.
Yeah, whatever you can. Um, grab
I
a
think
crock pot.
I'm gonna do my green beans in the Instapot because I don't have a crock pot. But
Yeah.
I might need to get a crock pot just so I can have some extra, you know,
Yeah,
space in the
I
oven.
wouldn't mind having a couple more. I only have one. But I would like maybe like 2 more, but like of different sizes. Like
Yeah.
not all enormous, but that way if I did want to do like a side dish in a crock pot, I could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I am making scallop potatoes the way my mom makes
Mm-hmm.
them, and they're real cheesy and stuff. But she makes the cheese sauce. She doesn't like just
Mm-hmm.
pour cheese sauce.
Mm.
So that is one thing that I am a little bit nervous about is screwing up that cheese sauce.
Maybe you and your mommy can do it together.
Mhm.
Well, it depends on what time they get here, and we haven't discussed the logistics yet. But
Mhm.
if they're here in time and they're wanting to chill out before we eat, then maybe. So
any other last minute tips?
just have fun, make
Yeah.
some memories. And that's what it's all
Be in,
about,
be in the
making
moment
memories.
if you can.
Exactly. Being in the moment, and take all the pictures. We forget to take pictures every Christmas. But, that just shows that people aren't on their phones, or maybe they are and they don't want to take pictures. But, take some pictures.
Yeah. One thing that I always think about it and then I always forget, but I'm gonna like jot it down so I don't forget. If you have a tripod, put your phone in like the time elapsed mode and just like while you're cooking, or like if you're making Christmas cookies or whatever, like just set it up in the corner and just have it go. We usually do a pretty good job at taking pictures because everybody's here, and then we can just kind of get new family photos with everybody.
Yeah.
But this year, my dad's coming for a very short amount of time. My bonus daughter is coming in for a very short of time, because she has to get back to work. And my mom doesn't work, and my mom was going to ride down with my dad. And I'm like, I want you here like longer. So I actually paid for her to fly in the Friday before, and then she's going to stay here until the whole New Year's.
Oh, good.
And so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm in this mode where like I'm perfectly fine with like doing nothing but like watching Hallmark movies with everybody.
Yeah.
Like I want so much family time right now. I just that's like all I want. So I agree. Like put your phones down, take those pictures though, maybe set it up in the corner and just kind of record it. But be present.
Yep.
Don't get so wound up that everything has to be perfect, because whenever you do, then it's like nothing is perfect, and then you're automatically just pissed off and moody, and nobody wants to be around you.
No, and that's why I'm not stressing, is because I know it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's going to be what it's going to be, and if people don't like it, then
well, and the thing is though, like who cares? Like you burn something, fine. You know what? You'll talk about it in probably next year. Or remember that time, this or that happened, and you'll laugh about it.
Right.
But can I tell y'all a little secret?
Well, it's not going to be a secret if you share it.
Well, I want my Christmas to be better than my brother's.
That's sibling rivalry.
Yes.
You want it to be like, oh, Mel's Christmas was so nice. You know what, Mel's brother, we're not going to do it there anymore. We're going to always go to Mel's house.
Yeah. I want that recognition.
Well, don't screw up the scallop potatoes, Mel.
Ooh,
I know, right?
Ouch.
I know. Thanks for that little reminder. But
all right,
now the stress is on.
And if you find yourself,
hey, and even if you do screw them up, guess what? It's now your recipe.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah. You just tweaked it.
Yeah.
Nobody has to know.
Nobody knows that it's supposed to be crispy. Nobody's gonna know.
No. And so if you are if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you are feeling stressed, feel free to go check out our morning routine episode, our evening routine episode. It's a nice way for you just to have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like whatever you can muster up, just have to yourself. Use the Calm app. Just take some time, put yourself in time out. Breathe.
Retail therapy, baby.
Unless you're on a budget and trying to like pay off debt, then that'll probably just add to it.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. Sorry, bad tip.
But check those episodes out. If you have any tips of your own that really help you get through this time of year, feel free to drop them in the comments here on YouTube, or hop on over if you're listening to this on your podcast platform, hop on over to Instagram and share it with us. And just as a side note, if this time of year is difficult for you because you've lost people, you're missing loved ones, things like that, we love you and we appreciate you being here, and remember the memories. I have so many great memories around this time of my grandma, and it's just every year it's hard. She's been passed away for a really long time, but there's different times throughout the year where you're like, oh, I wish she was here. Same thing with Kevin's dad. So remember the good memories, and keep making new ones.
Exactly.
Yep.
Thank y'all for listening.
Well, love you, ladies.
Love you.
See you next time.
Later.